Welcome to the We're Not Friends podcast. Dive into the art, the hustle, and the absurdities of the dance world. I'm your co-host, Tanisha DeSalvo.
And I'm Michael Falcucci. We're here for honest conversation about the dance industry, from home studios to dance competitions to the professional paying gigs.
We're shining a light on the people shaping the industry, celebrating creative voices and the stories that often go unheard.
Whether you're a dancer, parent, creative professional, or simply curious about the industry, we're glad you're here.
So let's get into it. And to answer your question, no, we're still not friends.
All right, welcome to episode 3 of the We're Not Friends podcast. We are here with Lando Cortez and Ashley Coulson.
Hi.
And of course, my co-host, Tanisha. Mm-hmm. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm excited. What's our first interview?
Yeah.
We have two of my favorite choreographers.
I would agree with that.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. So thanks for doing this.
Of course.
We're going to get through it somehow. It's our first time.
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, but you'll get through this. But why don't we start off with, how you guys even started dancing?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So I started dancing when I was 4 years old, started in ballet like most kids. And funny story, I actually ran on my very tippy toes on stage all the way up because I saw the older kids doing point work. So I thought that's what demi-point was. I thought it was all the way up. So they immediately wanted to put me into competitive dance after that. But then I was like, no, I'm going to quit ballet. And then I went to jazz for a bit. And then I started competitive a couple of years later. And then that's when the ball started rolling, I just started doing competitive from there. And then I only really started working hard till I was around 12, I would say, 12 years old. Before that, I was a little bit of an underdog, I would say. Feet were a little biscuity, biscuity, legs were bent, definitely not all the way straight, as my mentor Tiff would say. Haha, love you, Tiff. But yeah, so when I was 12, that's when I started taking it more seriously. And then, that's when I really decided I wanted to be a dancer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to go, Lando?
Well, I started in the Philippines. I was just watching my sister dance with her little crew, or I don't even know if you would call it a crew, but that kind of just opened my eyes to what that is, what dance is. And in elementary, I tried a little bit here and there. People are saying oh, you should dance more often. So I did. In high school, high school in Philippines is grade 7 here.
Okay.
Back then, I auditioned for my first dance team.
Nice.
And I had no idea how the whole thing works.
Of course.
I literally showed up and they were all rehearsed and everything. So I go to the teacher that's holding the audition and I told him I got nothing. And then I just sat there until the audition is done. Mm-hmm. And then they started putting the seats back as if they're getting ready for the next class. So I just left and went back to my classroom. And then the teacher remembered that I said I want to audition, but I don't got anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So from my homeroom, somebody came and picked me up.
Nice.
And hey, we left a little bit of space for you.
Okay.
Do you want to still audition?
Oh, that's good.
And it's I got nothing. It's okay. Just dance. We'll play music, whatever you want.
Freestyle.
And then I did a freestyle to Smack That by Akon.
Nice choice in grade 7.
I don't know what I did. Apparently I did dance and I made the team. And then from there on, we just competed just with my friends. Nothing major. Mm-hmm. It's all the same competition as you have here. But all it is just a little hobby.
Nice.
And then when I moved here, that's when I started to see that it could be a viable career.
Nice.
Right.
Started taking classes here, drop-ins, and then the rest is history.
Cool.
Here we are.
That's a cool story.
So that is a great story. Just one person believing in raw talent and crazy knowing that you could shape it. And there you are.
Econ, that's great.
Smack That by Akon.
Nice.
So I actually have a little something to add.
Yes.
So the reason why I actually started dance was because I was a mute child when I was a kid. So I went to this therapy thing because I wouldn't speak at all. I'd go to school, wouldn't say a word. So everyone was trying to figure out why I didn't speak. was just like shy. In my head, I had a lot of thoughts.
Right.
But they put me in therapy, and then they recommended that I go into dance. And I was always dancing as a kid, right? So then they put me into dance, and I really came out of my shell.
Nice.
And that's when everyone knew, like, it was meant for me, you know? Dance time mean...
Favorite story. No, that's great.
I know.
Yeah, it helped. That's
For sure.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Yeah.
And so now, I mean, like, fast forward, you guys did like the studio, you came
Yep.
here, trained more, and then how did you like make it a career? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah. So I started auditioning when I was maybe 14, 15. I started with like the next step and things like that. I remember being on one episode of the show just as like a background dancer, which was kind of cool. It was my first time on a set. And then, you know, I still was doing my competitive dance thing. And then I graduated and I really wanted to go to a school for dance. I auditioned for like Juilliard and things like that. Super expensive. So I ended up not going to school. And I just miraculously booked a job called Tiny Pretty Things.
Nice.
Almost right out of high school. I think I was still training at Millennium and stuff, just like classes downtown Toronto. And then that job really opened up doors for me. It was a huge, huge opportunity just to be working with amazing actors and friends and amazing choreographers and all those things. That's what really got the ball rolling. And then that's when I was signed with my agency, DaCosta Talent. So yeah, signed with them. And then we went from there.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you now?
Going from hobby to professional, my journey was more, I know you love that word.
Yeah.
My path was more, my path was more on like the self-taught kind of way, just meeting friends and stuff. I joined this team called K9 Collective.
Right.
And then I became one of the directors for it.
Nice.
From there, I was able to it would show my style, what I do choreographically, and I was able to explore and meet people. Mm-hmm. From there, I felt like I was discovering my individuality as an artist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then from choreographing for the team, started going into choreographing for dance classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is really funny story. It started at the Underground Dance Center.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was working there as front desk, and I really wanted to get into drop in teaching because I was taking classes and I'm really inspired by the teachers that I'm taking from. Mm-hmm. I was working as a front desk associate, and I knew it felt like at some point they were gonna have no teachers because somebody's running late. So I just prepped a combo.
Nice.
Kept it in my bag.
Oh, you're Taiwan frats ready.
It's ready to
That's
go.
Cool.
And then that first beginner hip hop class came in, and then I just had to hop in, and
Nice.
it was fun.
Rest is history.
That's it.
So, yeah.
That's great. And the Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, great studio.
Green Material.
That seems like a fated destiny, eh? You came in the right place at the right time. You were premiered, and
Yeah, it's always good. It's
Always be prepared, dancer.
That's right. Yeah, it's always good to have a combo in your back pocket.
It is. Say that for now.
I need to have more of those. That would be all hard in my pocket. But yeah, that's cool.
Totally.
Really cool.
Ashley, do you find, or do you think that if you were not local in a Toronto area, would you still have maybe tried to audition to get into the professional field, or would that have been a little bit more difficult for you if you were in, say, like Ottawa or Seattle?
It's definitely tricky to know because obviously I grew up in Toronto and I had access to the opportunities that are out there. So I'm super grateful for that. So I can't speak for someone that doesn't live in the city. Mm-hmm. I think it might be a little trickier for sure. I feel like you might have to maybe make that commute out just to see what opportunities are there, right? Because obviously it varies based on the city. But yeah, I think just maximizing the opportunity where you're at is important too, like searching for those opportunities, because I know there is some stuff out here as well. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do feel pretty fortunate to have been in the right place for those opportunities.
Right.
But yeah, I'm always dreaming and for more, So now I want to go to New York and LA and all those things to hopefully keep reaching new heights.
That's good.
Right?
Fun.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
I do think that if you want to pursue dance as a career, you can't really stay in one
place. That's true. Sometimes you have to chase the work.
Yeah, and not only for work, but also being an artist.
Yeah.
You want to like diversify the sources of like inspiration.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, and whether it be dance specific or environment where you meet people that are non-dancers, that's gonna give a different perspective.
Right.
That's
True.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we also travel a lot. Like
Yeah.
when I was dancing professionally, I never really I had a home base, but all the jobs were always away from that.
Right.
We lived in Toronto, but I worked in Stratford and Waterloo and Triton and went to Winnipeg. You're always are all over the place. We were talking about bum stuff today, where you guys were locals in Vancouver.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes you have to work in another place at your own expense, right? Because they will only hire dancers from that area. So yeah, it can get expensive, but I think it's investing in yourself, right? It's all worth it. It is worth it at the end of the day. Like we just worked on Descendants 5, which is really cool. I don't know if I really say that. I really say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was really, really amazing experience for sure. Yeah, just the whole choreography team, Emilio, Amanda, Tessa, all of them were so wonderful to work with.
Nice.
And yeah, it was super, super cool. Just to be out in a different city with different people. People out there are amazing. We love our Vancouver friends. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what it's like being a dancer on set and how that works? Because it's so different than a live stage.
Absolutely. Well, the hours are a lot longer on set. You can be working up to like 14 hours sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember with Tiny Pretty Things, we were doing Grand Allegro at 12 in the morning or 1 in the morning at one point, which was crazy. Full garage at Toronto, all bit. And I was like, oh gosh, wild. But it definitely strengthens you, and it's super fun. It's super cool to see the actors and that side of things. And it's cool to see the costumes and everything really come together. And everyone's just super excited to be there. This last job was really a dream job because it was Disney and it was just so high energy and just such a positive experience all around. So very, very, very fortunate to have been on that one. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see.
That's so interesting. I'm always so curious because I haven't really done a lot of film work. I've done more like stage. And I'm always so curious to see like how many takes does it take to get the right angle and how many times you have to redo the same count date.
So many times. Yeah. Because they're filming it from one side and then you got to do turnaround and then they want to get the right angles for the actors and things like that. I don't know if you want to speak more on this too, but yeah.
Working on set as a dancer is... You just have to also like remind yourself that, or you don't really need to like put the active effort, but once you're in it, it feels like you're not dancing for you, you're dancing for the vision, and it makes the 14 hours feel a lot shorter.
True.
Right.
And you work people that you love as well.
Exactly.
So fun. Yeah.
And it gets tiring sometimes, but at the same time, you just need to like be there, have it be there, just be easy to work with,
Right.
And you can't take anything personal.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really want a part and you just don't get it, and it's nothing personal to you. It's for the vision. And also when they had to do the same takes or the same part a million times, you can't feel like because you made a mistake or
Right.
And if you made a mistake, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You might make the cut.
Yeah.
But you can't take anything personal because the reason probably they're gonna retake is the camera shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The light flickered
Yeah, something like that.
somehow. So you just have to be ready every single time.
Yeah. Try and be as consistent as possible,
Yes. I did a shoot once for 17 hours straight.
Yeah.
And because we had a kid, actress, and they can only work for a certain amount of hours, and then they take a break and all that stuff. So we weren't always like on set. We were like,
Yeah.
in waiting areas that whole day.
Yeah.
But the food was always good. So that was.
Well, the result is a Mott's fruit snack. If you've been on set,
Little
too.
Little Tim, you gotta make friends with the craft.
Yes.
They're your friends.
They're amazing.
For sure.
There's some really good crafty on on Descendants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so my son, they were nice girls.
Nice.
Really, really knit to us. Yeah.
Yeah, you get treated really well on set. I mean, when you're
Yeah.
part of the the actors or the dancers, like
Yeah.
they just like in shows too, but
Yeah.
on set there's a lot more money there. So
Yes.
they treat you well. But it's like you guys, you do film, you do stage, and you also do a lot of choreography.
Yep.
And you've done choreography for our studio. Really great stuff. Lando as well.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to talk a little bit about like how you even come up with your choreography. Like everyone's different, I find.
That's true.
Like what is, like, let's say you're doing a competitive group.
Yep.
Like what's like the first step? And like, can you be like, give us step by step on how you create?
Great. Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of pre-planning for me personally. Music comes first, always. I have a vision first of like what I kind of want the piece to look like, the vibe of it. And then I start looking for music, which takes a million hours, so long. And then I usually find the music and edit it together, play around a little bit. You know, I'm a big editor of my music. I don't like to have one song. I like to like have, sound effects, things like that, make it a whole vibe, cinematic experience. And then I kind of keep building from there. So then I come to costumes, things like that. And then I usually create my pieces on the spot. Wasn't always that way. I think I heard you talking about this as well. I used to pre-plan a lot of my work. But then as I got older, I realized that setting work on the students works best because you can really see what their strengths are. So you kind of go off that. Oh, maybe this isn't working. Let me revise and edit to make it,
cool.
Fit for them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like groups too, like you are like,
too, yeah.
Do you have like ideas of like formations at all?
Yes, I do have certain like dance breaks prepped.
Okay.
Like the main chunks of it.
Right.
But usually I'll do the beginning of the piece on the spot, and then that kind of inspires me, right? I see something and maybe something won't go perfectly, and I'm like, oh, I like that. You know what I mean? So let's keep that, let's build off of it, and then just keep going from there.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. What about you, Lando?
For me, when it comes to coming up with ideas, I really I watch a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And I could in the back of my mind, once I've seen it, I don't want to see it again.
Right.
So I tend to really play with ideas that are either not necessarily a dance idea.
Right.
But as soon as I get that itch of you know what? I wonder how that would look like.
Right.
And I just go with that idea and somehow just make it happen.
Right.
Attach movement to use it.
Yeah.
And an idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So it sounds like for both of you, you have the idea and the vision first, and then you find the music, and then into my moves.
Yeah, moves come last for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know, like when you're working a piece, like how do you know when it's really done?
Like, like that's the intention. Like you can look at a painting and you have to keep painting live. Right. For me, my students will attest to this. I feel like it's never done in my eyes. I'm such a perfectionist. And I get bored really fast. So 1 week I may love it. Next week I come back, change the whole thing. Mm-hmm. There was times that my students probably, I would change their piece 30 minutes before going on stage. This happened constantly.
30 minutes before one.
They probably, if you know, you know.
Well, it's good training for
I'm sure that happened. Well, actually, they were actually on set, and we had to learn a whole section right before we filmed. Remember that one section that we did?
Yeah.
We learned it 30 minutes before, and then they're like, okay, and we're rolling. Mm-hmm. So you have to be on it, right? Because things are always changing, and you have to be able to adapt. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
What area do you find? Because you're in a little bit of everything. You're still performing, you're choreographing, you're teaching. So you're in all of these corners of the industry. Where do you feel the most confident or comfortable right now?
Right. I obviously feel really confident in my teaching because I've had such incredible mentors, right, that have guided me here. Tiffany McLaughlin, she's been such a huge inspiration for me growing up. Stephanie Rutherford helped me a lot growing up as well. Those people have really opened up the doors for me in the teaching world, and I'm super grateful for them. So I do feel super confident in my teaching, but I also love being on camera. I love being on camera so much. I love the whole process of it all, being in rehearsals and then taking it to set and seeing where we're going to be working. We filmed in some pretty cool places, even like the built sets as well. Like I did Star Trek recently, and just seeing how all of that was super cool.
Star Trek?
Star Trek, yeah.
You were in it?
Yeah, I danced in it. Yeah, Melissa Mitro choreographed it, so that should be coming out soon. And then I did a couple of years back too. Roberto choreographed it, so that was really cool. The sets are insane.
Roberto Campanella.
Yeah.
So great.
Amazing. Yeah, so it's really, really cool to see. It's almost like this imaginary world just coming to life. You know, it's like you get to play dress up. I always loved playing dress up as a kid, so that's why I feel like I just resonate with it so much. You know,
Cool.
Yeah, you, Lando.
I think it's pretty even with the teaching and also being on set. I mean, being on set is nuts. I love being on set because you get to like play pretend.
Yes, exactly.
Or fully immerse yourself in the world that's completely like new.
Right.
And also like just to try new things,
Yeah.
you know? I love teaching because I don't know, I'm really passionate on just being like providing safe space
Yeah.
That's cool.
and challenging dancers to not only go strive for looking good and getting like the, you know, the gold medals,
Right.
but also like failing.
Yeah.
And I'm big on that. So yeah, I like seeing growth in other people and also being challenged on the spot and being on set.
Right. Well, I would like to take a moment to boast on both of you as teachers. As artists, I think you're both like just so brilliant with the work that you create. But as teachers, I've been able to watch both of you. And I will say one time we were at a competition and done a hip hop number for our kids. And not that we struggled with them getting into the vibe and the attack of it, but they just didn't ever quite get that threshold. And then we were at the competition in the rehearsal space, and I watched you with them before they went on stage. And it was like this complete unfolding of bringing these kids alive in a completely new way. And then, do you remember the Irish and saying it was like
Different dancers.
and I watched you like with wide eyes, just the things that you were getting them to do, and in that safe space that is so important to you.
Yeah.
That was a really special moment. Right. So just want you to know that stuck with me.
I know too, though, right? Actually, that way we will rise, right?
Yes, we will rise. But I have like, you have taught our kids, and I remember last year you came in and you taught our intensive.
Yeah.
And after one of the classes, the number one was completely fogged up. Like the Gulf War was
Slippery, ice rink,
they've just worked so hard for you.
Yeah.
But I think what I appreciate and what I admire about you as a teacher is that you make every dancer in your room feel seen. Everyone. It's true. Even the dancer in the back corner, if it's a little less confident, right, they feel seen. And then after that class, they were in a lineup. There must have been 40, 50 kids in that class. It was Andrew Big Intensive.
Yeah.
And they all lined up for a hug from you. Like it was important to them. And my God, we're so smart. You didn't just give them just a pat or just a hey or a high five. You hugged every one of them. I took video of it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
And I'll never forget that moment. Like that's
just pretty special.
that makes
Moment.
such an impact. And not only on the kids, but on other teachers. And I've been around, I say this all the time, I'm as old as a dinosaur. I've been around for a bajillion years. I'm a dancer and a teacher.
Not that.
So I've seen a lot and watched a lot of teachers, but that is something.
That means a lot to me, truly. It reminds me why I do what I do. Yeah. Because I, like you said, I want to be that safe space for dancers that I didn't always feel growing up, right? I want to make them feel seen because it's a tough industry. You don't always feel seen, right? There's a lot of times that you're going to feel looked over and feel like I did a piece actually called Hidden in Plain Sight. And it was about that. Yeah, just feeling like you're in a space, but just feeling like everyone's just passing you by and just not looking at you in the eyes. And I talk a lot about looking versus seeing in that class. I say I could look at every single one of you, or I could see each and every one of you. You know what I mean? It makes a difference, right? And that's where I think they feel that connection. Is I'm not just looking at them, I'm seeing them, and I'm seeing their souls, and I'm not looking at them as a unit. I'm looking at them as individuals,
right?
And they all have something special to bring to the space. And even if it's, they're not fully there yet, if they don't fully grasp the choreography, that's not what it's about. I want them to just feel like they leveled up in their own way in my class, you know? So it's really important to me.
That's a good comment there, or statement, like level up further at themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everyone's different.
Exactly.
So, but I feel like when you teach, the kids are willing to try to level up, and they don't always do that in everybody's class. Like, you know, you just have connections and
For sure.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you, okay, so when we can maybe do 2 settings on stage or film, but also in class.
Right.
What makes a dancer stand out to you? Like, I want to know, when you see that one dancer that is just complete magic, it's like seeing gold glitter around them. What is it about them?
That's a really good question. I think for me, it's like they fully immerse and commit to the movement. It like comes from here. You know, they're not just moving because their teacher told them you have to go out on one. Like, you know, they're deciding to do that, right? Like I always say, you have to decide. So when I see a dancer that's doing that, that's what really draws me in. Like they're just fully committing to what I asked them to do. And that's all I could ask for as a teacher, you know, just like an openness and a willing to go there, you know?
I like what you said, decide.
Yes.
Yeah, that word really stood out to me.
Yes. Yeah. You got to make the decision and choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't make you want it. You have to want it. You have to choose to want it.
That's right.
Yeah.
For me, what really stands out when I'm, let's say, watching a stage piece, when somebody has like their own individual style.
Yeah.
Because to me, not only like, you know, style can be taught.
Right.
It's learned through like real life, like outside of the studio.
Right.
And that's basically having your own opinion. So if I see you having your own genuine style, that's like you having your own voice.
Yeah.
And that to me speaks volumes. And that to me makes me feel like I'm watching life happens in dance form.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I think within like a dance piece, let's say, with a set choreography, a lot of those dancers will, you know, do a clean choreography and stuff, but it's the person that has the style and personality.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, like it takes braveness, like what you said, to really like explore that area and finding your own style.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a lot of research.
Yeah.
Research.
Yeah, that's cool.
Research and also like growing as a person.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah, because you see like where a kid is like in the studio world. You see them like younger and like they don't have a style usually there. But as they grow and they mature as people, then they create their style.
Totally. Yeah.
It's cool to see.
Life experience. Yeah. Just everything. Yeah.
Really good.
And it's not only about the good experiences that make you, it's the bad ones too. I always say this, that growth is not linear, and that those dips actually are what make us who we are. So embracing those things, and that's usually what, you know, allows a dancer to go there. You know what I mean? Like tapping into those moments that may not have been so great.
Right.
You know, with those vulnerable moments.
Like going on with that, like when I see your choreography in particular, like there's moments like some of the movement you do isn't like super intricate.
Yeah.
And it's more about that like decision or like the commitment, and like they're telling their story with a basic movement.
Right. Exactly.
I see that, like I saw Pet, you know, like today when you did something with this arm at the end of the combo, you know, the end of the combo where they put their own arm and do their own thing. That's where they could give their style.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, commit.
The move that makes an impact, right? It doesn't have to be the best, most extravagant. It just needs to make an impact.
And I always say, like, most of the time as we're dancing, we're not performing for an audience full of dancers. We're English. Cut that out. We're performing for an audience of just humans, right?
Right.
So most of the time, they relate more to that simple moment than they would to a leg sometimes. Yeah, leg's impressive in terms of impressive, but how can you command an audience with your presence, right?
Right. Cool. It's so true.
Right?
This is like the deepest conversation I've had in a long time.
You know? Wild.
I have another one for you. Another deep question. Let's go. I'm not like super deep. I'm gonna say I might cry. I think I see your tears.
I'm also not. I'm a little tired.
It's like 12 in the morning.
It's late. We're supposed to do this an hour and a half.
Long day, guys. Long day.
I'm gonna say I eat dinner, so that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I want to know: is there maybe a piece of choreography that is sitting deep in your soul that you've been sitting on for a while, but maybe you're not quite brave enough to create yet? Is there anything there you stay?
That's
That's a real deep one. I need to think on that. Okay.
He's on bike.
There is a couple of personal projects that I've had deep in my heart that I've been kind of waiting on. I don't know what I'm waiting for. That's the thing. I think
Just choreography, like pieces, or
maybe some videos. I would say there was a couple of stage pieces I had in mind that I still think about to this day, and then definitely more concept videos where it's just like, I always say to my students, the time is now.
right?
So I feel like I need to take my own advice when it comes to that. What am I waiting for? It's like, you got to produce. Just put it out there, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
So very, very, very good question. And it's inspiring me to follow through.
So like, what's holding you back? Like a concept video.
Concept video.
Just like
I think
time and money.
Definitely time. Not too concerned about money. I feel like I'm in this phase of just investing in myself and, making stuff happen. I think it's just busy schedules right now. Been really busy with teaching and, filming and stuff like that, which is very fortunate. But I think it's, like I said, deciding to make that time to follow through with those ideas. Otherwise, they're just ideas that never came to life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You seen Inside Out?
Yes.
Inside Out. It reminds me of that when all the memories fade.
That's right.
All my ideas fade. Like that before I'm
gonna cry.
Yeah. I'm not crying.
I'm gonna cry.
It's not a tie.
Cry together.
I'm trying to keep the energy up here.
Yeah. Play smack that.
Show us your moves. What got you that? What's that Charlie's team?
Well, I don't even know. Maybe like a slide.
It's your style.
Well, actually, apparently he was very popular in his team back in the day. Like a lot of girls crushing on him. So,
Really?
whoa, yeah, crazy.
I mean, look how good he looks.
Look at him.
Look at him. Yeah.
So it is my hat, by the way. I just steal it, but we do share clothes. So
That's nice.
yeah, really nice.
Yeah, we didn't say you guys are together.
Yes, we are together. Yeah.
7 years, you said.
7 years as what day was that? Sunday? Sunday. So anyways, thank you very much. Long time.
Nice.
How did you meet?
That's a good question. Actually, we met, I would say probably the underground, taking class. We were always around. And then after class, we would always go out with friends, hanging out. We go to Firkin. And where else could we go? Shoeless Joe's, and all the guys would be playing.
Shoeless Joe's are like Vaughn?
No.
Shoeless everywhere then.
I know. I just remember the one in Vaughn.
There's no, yeah.
Remembering the first one that opened up.
Remembering my PDA days, okay?
Right. Yeah. We should touch on
That's a Woodbridge. Okay. Yeah.
Love Woodbridge. Yeah, absolutely. So hilarious, you guys.
Right, yeah.
So we would play pool. I wouldn't play. I would just watch. He was really good at it. And we just kind of clicked. We became best friends. We hung out, started hanging out as friends for a year, and then decided, hey, maybe we should be a little more friends. Well, may as well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because we really clicked. He was my best friend first before we became a couple.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys make a great couple.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. He's my soulmate. Yeah. Keeps me grounded, truly. Keeps it real with me. I keep it real with him. Yeah. You got a question?
If there's ever union of marriage, can I be your flower girl?
Absolutely. Thank you. I want a whole flower crown. Okay. Done. Yeah.
That is my thing. I caught this from my mother-in-law. She always asks if she can be the maid of honor. And I just think it's so funny. And I started asking everybody if I can just be their flower girl.
Love it. I love it. It's so cute. Bright stuff dress.
I think Tanisha wants to just be part of the band at your wedding because she's going to be a drummer.
I think so.
Yeah, so you know that?
Hit it one, two.
Okay, Lando.
Wait, this is crazy.
I don't play.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, let's hear that.
Let's hear it from your perspective.
Our first episode, and I asked Tanisha like if she wasn't a dancer or like in the dance world, like what would she be, and like what would you want to be? And she was like
without a beat.
Yeah, she was like a drummer, and I was like, what?
Made that choice.
And then I was like, come on.
Know.
And then I kind of like said that she couldn't be a good drummer.
Oh, I can't even be anything you want to be.
No.
Be a drummer in a show.
Myself.
It's hilarious.
Honestly,
It was so bad.
If I am gonna play an instrument, I would do drums.
Yeah,
I could see you.
And Ashley would hate me
Why? I love a drum.
because I fidget a lot.
He's a fidgeter.
I fidget a lot. I tap.
It's what makes you you. And it's part of you.
yeah. So
But no, no. But she's the most important. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, drums. Let's see. It's fun.
My husband got me drum lessons. I haven't started yet because I've been so busy, but I'm really excited.
This is exciting.
I told her I bought her like this drum pad. I still haven't done. I'm just gonna do it now.
Next episode, you guys might get a little taste.
Oh, that's the intro music.
Come
Yes,
on.
yeah, the intro. Yeah,
My drumming is our new intro song.
it's royalty.
Multi talented, what can I say?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. Royalty. There you go.
for sure.
I feel like as choreographers, we need to be able to do everything, like, or as artists, you know what I mean? Music editors, you gotta learn how to work a camera. Here it is. Hey, lighting, all the yes.
Still learning how to.
Still learning how to work the mic. So funny. Yeah, it's crazy.
Lando saved us with the
But
light.
curious, you know? He does. We had it.
Completely backwards.
I think.
We were a little mashed out.
Yeah.
A little mashed out. Hopefully we look better. I haven't seen what I look like, but,
Yeah.
you know? So
Let's see how it comes out.
hopefully we'll.
This is basically what we do in Ashley's basement when we either do photo shoots or like
Yeah,
video.
Videos,
Nice.
stuff like that. Yeah. That's fun.
It's been working.
It's been working. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Here we are.
What else? What else can we talk about?
See, more questions. Can we talk
Why don't we
about?
talk about something like in the industry, like not maybe about them too, and something like you guys. Well, first of all, like you've been in it for a long time. How do you think it's like changed since you guys like maybe kind of started in it, and like do you like see like positives or negatives, like where it's going?
Right. I think it changed a lot during COVID. I don't know if you agree with this, but there was a lot of in-person auditions prior to COVID. And then when COVID happened, it all switched to online. So it's all like self-tapes and things like that now. So, which is not a bad thing. I personally love an in-person audition. I don't know what it is, a good old-fashioned way, so they can really see me for me. I feel like with self-tapes, it expands the pool of people submitting. Like, I feel like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, more people
And the energy that you can also
yeah, exactly.
when you're in
in the
person.
room. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like auditioning in person with everybody else, where you can be like, okay, you're gonna do that. I can.
Yeah.
I'll maybe pull that harder.
Brings back that healthy.
It kind of brings that healthy competition, and it pushes you. I feel like if you're submitting by yourself, you're limited to your own limits.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
And then there's like that question of, is my submission even being seen? Whereas you're that good and yet not.
Right.
It's very true. Yeah, because there's just so many people submitting for self tapes, and a lot of the time, like, you don't know if you're gonna be seen.
Right.
You put in all that time and effort, right? So yeah, it's a whole time world, but you got to shoot your shot, you know.
Yeah. And I also love where in-person audition you can take risks on the fly.
On the fly.
When you have to pick through your best shot,
Oh, it's
you tend to overanalyze and maybe pick the less risky choice.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, a lot of the times, I think when I do self tapes, there's like a take that I personally don't like, but my acting coach will love. And I'm like, why? Why do you like that? And it's because it was riskier. You know what I mean? It was more in it, more authentic, you know, right? Tapped in.
Well, you can't like watch back your audition, but you can watch back your tape.
That's what it is.
Right. Yeah, we were talking earlier about they, you know, sometimes like before everybody videoed everything in class, right? We're going to leave class just feeling like you're on top of the world, like I nailed it, and dare I so full out.
Yeah.
But then sometimes if there's a video, you watch it back and it eliminates, it takes away all of that magic that you felt.
Yes.
It's immediately gone by watching it one time.
Start dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I do think that I feel like back then, I mean, for sure back then we didn't really have that many videographers in classes.
Right. We had like camcorders, like, with like
Yes.
that's like what we had some attention.
Or at least there's no, like, whatever you take video of would be firstly seen on your TV, not
That's
online.
Online, true. The first time you're seeing is on the actual page, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
Scary.
I feel like with class filming, there's pros and cons depending on the dancer.
Yeah.
It could be very, very helpful if you know what to look for and if you're looking for them.
Right.
If you're looking for things that you can improve on, it'd be very, very helpful.
Right.
But if you're looking for something that you want to just like, which is great, where you look good and you want to post, it's great. I do think it's a little bit superficial and it doesn't last as long.
for sure.
But I don't know. It's up, like class videos, it's up for you to like use it.
Right.
But most of the time, if you don't want to, I think at some point you're going to realize that your work will require either showing or seeing yourself.
Right.
So you're going to have to like come to terms with like, you do make mistakes.
Yeah. For sure.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I'm not a big social media person. It takes I post like once a year. If you know. I'll put like crazy. I've been trying to do better, obviously, because we're in a different era, and everything is very, centered around social media. So I'm trying to not be as afraid to be seen. Here we are on podcast. Hey. Yeah, we're not. That's what I'm saying. Not afraid to be seen.
This is your first podcast?
Yeah.
Cool.
Love the things we're having us, guys. It's so exciting. Thrills. First up, hopefully many more to come.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember back in the day, like my mentors didn't really film class, like Tiff she doesn't have social media at all. She never filmed their classes. But when the studio owner did, I would always get those videos just because I loved to research and study myself. Always. I would always watch it back 100 times to see what I could do better. And I think that's kind of what helped me become the dancer I am today.
Right.
Is that's like studying, right? But yeah, so I think there are benefits to videoing, but like you said,
Like going back to what Lando was saying, like going to other sports, for example, I'm a golfer, and like when we video like your swing and then you just start like breaking down everything.
Yeah.
But like with dance, it's not supposed to be always just broken down.
Right.
Like, right. So
true.
you can, like you say, you're like watching yourself, but you don't want to be like overanalyzing too much of yourself. And
That's
like,
true. But
breaking down
the nature of it.
I know.
Oh, you're man's right. And you literally train in front of a mirror.
I know.
Yes.
And action is and it's competition. You're trying to compete not only with yourself, but people next to you. So,
Yeah, it's true. And maybe, to be honest, like, again, going back to golf, like, when I do analyze it, you're hoping to get better. And so, like, possibly, maybe we should be using it more. Remember, we were talking about wanting to get, like, a projector into the studio and project on the wall. So, because sometimes we watch our videos on like a computer screen or a TV screen or spit, but if you can see it bigger, like you can really see, like, cause I saw that at the competition, they had like big monitors sometimes, and it, like you can like see their legs and their feet a little bit more. So not that we always want to be like super critical, but if it's going to help, I guess, in the long run.
I think from a technical standpoint, yes. Like to jump on the lines and the aesthetic, but absolutely. But I don't know. I also feel like maybe that's risky business. I don't know, like I'm thinking like mentally, like this you already see the kids are women herring themselves and I don't know if that was the answer. You have to be very, very careful with that.
You're right. You got to be careful, but you also never, and every time I've watched the video, specifically when we watch Hard Dress Rehearsal, you never get the energy, right? Like from a video, no matter where it is, you're never going to feel the movement.
Yeah, that's so true.
So it's
always a different class.
Exactly. So much better.
I wanted to add to it because it definitely does impact artists in a way where it's unhealthy.
Right.
I've experienced it myself. I'm sure everybody else does. One thing I would say is when something is affecting you in a way where it prevents you from doing it, that's when you should draw the line.
Right.
Because I used to be hyper overcritical and such a perfectionist on my own work that I would just freeze.
Yeah.
And then in a way, it took me years to find the balance between, or at least the skill to determine or recognize when it's unhealthy.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like when you're going through that process, it's going to be really hard. It's easier said than done. But let's say when you watch yourself and you don't like what you're seeing, that's fine. You don't have to like what you're seeing. But at the same time, just know that that video is there for you and it was shown to you and you showed it to yourself because you were curious.
Right.
On where you're at, how you did and stuff. Take a moment, and
Don't let it hold you back.
yeah, let it hold you back. And just like let it be just for that moment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to affect what's happening next.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Because like the kids always ask now, specifically in the competitive world, where now with like Dance Bug, they want to watch the videos now, specifically if they're solos, and we like to show them and we email them. They're allowed to watch them. But yeah, I want to make sure that they know that like they shouldn't do exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Use it in a bad way.
Right.
It's like you can make mistakes, and sometimes it may not be your best run, but it shouldn't hinder you.
Right.
Going forward.
I talked about this in class today, is like remembering your why as well, why you do what you do. So it's not always about how it looks, it's about how it feels. And that's what dance is all about at the end of the day, right? Storytelling, community, right? Feeding off of the energy in the room, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we do it.
Definitely.
Right? So we don't want it to just be about the product, the end product, like letting it, go back to our roots. Right? Why are we here? Right? At the end of the day.
Ashes on fire.
Thanks, guys.
No, it's true.
Wow.
Also, if you think about it, when you watch videos of yourself, let's say this video was, I did great.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, you watch it, you kind of just bored of it.
Yeah.
But when you watch something where you were bad,
Right.
it's more like, oh my God, I've yelled so much.
Exactly.
I actually have something to add to that. I've had moments where in the moment I've watched a video and thought, oh my God, this is terrible and I never want to look at this again. And then I've watched it a year later and appreciated it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I've been there. Yes.
Because I'm like, wait, I was so much better than I thought. And then it shows like, wow, we are so hard on ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't realize how talented you are sometimes until you take a step back and then revisit it,
Definitely.
Yeah.
When you were talking about community,
Yes.
I wanted to maybe
Branch off.
branch off that with like how the community. It's like there's the community in your class.
Yeah.
We have our summer intensive going on right now, right? Like the vibe and the energy is just great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Every day it's been really good.
Super awesome.
Yeah, so there's that, but then there's also like the community of like professional dancers, choreographers, teachers, and it's a pretty cool and fun community.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everyone seems to get along, and you guys like there's different choreographers coming into our studio regularly. You guys say hi. You met someone new today.
Totally.
And, yeah, and like it's just very positive, fun. A lot of everyone, like even like the people I danced with. That are choreographers now, like still friends with. Maybe you don't talk all the time, but like you have these memories with them, and it's just all like very positive. There's not really a lot of negative.
So great. Yeah, so it's very, very
You
true.
guys really good. So you guys you enjoy it.
Love it.
Yeah, Toronto is a different, energy and vibe than here in Ottawa. But like,
For sure.
is that how it is still? Like, is it like just like that?
For sure. I think everybody has a mutual respect for each other. You know what I mean? We don't, like you said, always see each other, but when we do see each other, it's like no time has passed, because everyone's just so friendly and lovely. I've never had any issues with anyone.
Everyone's still on the same page.
And
like,
totally. Because we're all in it together. At the end of the day, we all relate. We have this common denominator. Right. So, we all want it for each other. There's space for everybody to succeed in this industry, like truly.
Really?
Just remembering that, like you don't have to, step on each other's heads to try to get to the end goal. Like everyone's path is different.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just
I don't sure see it, you know, like I don't see that.
I don't either. Yeah, I just like I feel like just keep trusting your own path. And you know, a lot of students are like, "Well, what is the right path in this industry?" There is no right path.
No,
you know, it's like you have to just like kind of
The winding road.
try things and see what resonates with you. Right?
Right.
Like I said, I wanted to go to school. Like I wanted to go to Juilliard. I had all my eggs in that one basket for so long, you know, auditioned, got waitlisted, and then auditioned again, and then didn't get in. And then it was just like my whole world kind of shattered in that moment. I was like, oh, wait, now what? Sorry, there's a fly. And, and then, like I said, once that didn't work out for me, a whole other world opened up. And then I realized, wait, this is what I actually want to be doing. Right. So sometimes those things that don't work out are actually because it's leading you to a place that you're actually meant to go, like a path that you're meant to go down.
Yeah.
You know? So keep trying new things, you know, just because one thing doesn't work out doesn't mean your world is ending.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
I do find that, like, speaking of community, there's always going to be that either one or two people that would say something that is like off.
Yeah.
And which is fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah. That was a polite way of saying it.
But I also think it also comes down to our individual responsibility to take and know when something that is said is a fact or an opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
And nothing is about you.
Right.
It's more about them.
It's true.
However, there's that side of the community, which is also great for the community because it challenges, that's in your mind.
It's not just all rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But Toronto dancers as a whole, they think is just very, very great.
Yeah. So much talent.
Yeah, the importance of community is just really like beyond. I think most of us would not exist in this space if we wouldn't have the community that we have.
Right.
We help each other.
Yeah, I feel like it's also just really helpful to be kind to people.
Yeah.
Like there might be like 500 dancers in the community right now and people are like making comments about other people. Just be nice because like maybe like only 10 dancers would really like try to pursue it until like they retire.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a hard industry.
Yeah.
So just be kind. Like if you don't want to do it, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You're free.
I love that. Yeah. Stay in your lane and just
Be supported.
Keep a good head on your shoulders. Yeah. Lead with love. For sure. Yeah. Keep your heart open.
Definitely.
That's how I like to approach it, because it's not always rainbows and sunshine. There are like you said,
down moments.
there are down moments, right? But it's how you carry yourself within those moments,
Right.
And knowing who you are at the end of the day, because things can get twisted or misinterpreted. You know what I'm saying? But just keep knowing who you are.
Yeah, and it is also like you said. There's down moments and the negative side sometimes when like you go on audition, you get cut, or maybe your friend gets it. There's like those kind of moments.
Yeah. Sure.
And how you deal with that, but then there's always going to be another audition.
That's what it
There's
is.
going to be another show, and you just got to keep your head up because there's not a person that I know that booked everything.
That's exactly it.
Just never.
99% of the time it's a no.
Yeah.
You just got to get comfortable with that,
Right.
That's what makes that 1% yes so much more rewarding.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think we've talked for a while.
Have we?
I don't even know how long we felt.
Which day is it?
No idea.
No, and I think that was a really good way to say our goodbyes, is to lead with kindness, absolutely, and lead with love, like you were saying. And I will say that you both, in my humble opinion, really do that. In the most meaningful way. It feels very genuine. And I hope that you inspire the next generation to follow in those footsteps and to just find that magic. And
for sure. Yeah, it was great. We want to thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
I'm not trying.
We want to thank you as well because every time we come out here in Ottawa to your studio, we always feel at home and we always feel taken care of.
Yeah.
And you feel like we're in good hands.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I feel like we feel the same passion that we carry. So yeah, thank you, Gadi.
Yeah, you wish for the best.
Thanks. And subscribe or whatever we're trying to say, like at the end here. Yeah, I will. And Ashley and Lando, you guys have Instagrams. We'll somehow put that over there. We figure that out.
All right, sounds good.
Keep an eye out for all that
Just
stuff.
follow. I don't do the social media thing, but you know, like about it. You know,
Watch the Disney Channel.
yeah, that'll be a fun hour. Super exciting, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much,
Thank you.
and we'll see you next time.
That's right.
That's it for this episode of the We're Not Friends podcast.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Make sure to follow the show and leave us a review. Share it and tag us.
We'll catch you next time with another episode full of stories, honesty, and laughs. And no, we're still not friends.